In this video, we are going to talk about how you can customize your roof truss package. My name is Chad Johnson. I work with Truss Components of Washington. I've been in the truss industry for over 30 years, and I'm excited to talk to you about how to make your truss package your own. The most basic area where we can start with roof truss customization is the exterior pitch. We've got lots of options and they're pretty much only limited by shipping and manufacturing, but even those things, we have tricks to get around it. So depending on where you're building and the look for your building, you can do a shallow slope truss that might look something like what you would see a lot in drier climates. I think of California, Arizona, Texas, that southwestern look with a tile roof. Very popular with a shallow pitch. They don't have a whole lot of snow or rain, and so the steepness of the roof isn't real important. When we get up into colder or rainier climates, it's more popular to have a steeper roof pitch. It also adds volume to the building and gives the opportunity to have potential for living space up in the attic. And so changing the roof pitch is one way that you can customize your roof truss package and the look of your building. Another popular customization to a roof truss package is to add a vaulted ceiling. So let's say we've got our roof here. Now a typical ceiling might just be flat, but if you want to get some volume, add to the space inside the building, you can add a vaulted ceiling. Now, vaulted ceilings come in many different shapes and sizes, the most basic being what we would call a typical scissor truss, where we've got a vault ridge that is centered on the ridge of the roof. Typical rule of thumb is that the vault pitch will be 1/2 of the roof pitch, but we can mix that up different ways. We can do a flat center in the ceiling. That makes a nice space for chandeliers or ceiling fans, that sort of thing. We can also do what we call a tray ceiling, where it comes in flat, goes up a little bit, and then a flat return. That's a very popular way to add a little bit of elegance to a room. If you already have tall ceilings, something that is a popular option is to do a tray, but rather than building it into the truss, the ceiling can be built down around the outside. So that's economical for the roof trusses and gets that nice elegant look. Other potential situations are a vault that is offset into the room. Sometimes for the shape of the room or the dramatic effect we're looking for, we can also do a single slope vault, where the vault would pitch up from one side and then have a flat wall coming down. It's very popular to do a single slope vault and run it a little bit beyond an interior wall, for instance, and that creates what we call a plant ledge. So those are several customizations that you can do to the interior for your ceiling look. Looking back to the exterior of the house, there are different approaches that we can take to creating an overhang for the outside of your building. So the typical roof truss will have a rafter tail that extends out over the wall. We can make that tail longer or shorter, and that will change the look of the building. Also, we can cantilever the truss to create a flat soffit, which has its own look, and those can be long or short, just depending on what you're looking for. Those are a couple of ways that we can modify the look of the building by customizing your truss package. Also, and we've talked about this in other videos as well, but we've got different roof profiles. So we can have a gable roof, which has flat ends on it and just a single slope going up from each side. We can do a hip roof, which would pitch to each wall all the way around the building, and that's a different look. We also have the gambrel roof, which might also be referred to as like a barn style roof. And that would definitely have its own unique look. There are also, especially on modern buildings, it's becoming more and more popular to do we call it a flat roof, but it's really a low slope roof. So if this is the top of our building, we can extend out a little bit beyond and have a very shallow roof slope. It's kind of a modern look and can also give us the potential for living space on top of the building because we can use that roof as a deck. For the final customization, I'm going to talk about putting holes in your roof, but we're not going to leave them open to let water in. But what I'm talking about is doing skylights or sauna tubes. Now these are something that require only minimal customization to the trusses, but if we're going to put a skylight in, for instance, we want to make sure that we don't have a truss landing in the center of that skylight. So as long as your truss manufacturing knows what your intention is, they can accommodate that in the truss design. So in this video, we covered just a few of the many options that there are in order to customize a truss package. I would love to hear what your ideas are down in the comments below. Please tell me how you've modified your truss package or customized it or something that I missed. That would be great to hear about. And if you would like to learn more about all of the different truss types that are available, you can click up here for our video on truss basics, or down in the comments, you can download a sheet that shows you many different truss types that are available. Thanks for watching.